In a time when the sun burned hotter and rivers ran dry, the village of Kalulu faced a dire fate. Their crops withered and their animals grew weak. Only one thing gave them hope: the Baobab Tree, a sacred giant said to hold the wisdom of the ancestors. The path to the keeper was fraught with challenges. Dumo crossed the dry plains, his throat parched and his spirit tested. The second test called for wisdom. The keeper asked riddles about life, death, and the balance of nature. The first test was a battle with a shadowy figure. Though it challenged his physical limits, Dumo's grit and courage saw him prevail. The second test called for wisdom. The keeper asked riddles about life, death, and the balance of nature. Slowly, he removed the necklace and placed it at the keeper's feet. The keeper handed Dumo a seed from the sacred tree, blessed with the power to renew his village. With the seed in hand, Dumo set off across the savannah. The journey was long, but his heart was filled with hope and purpose. The villagers planted the sacred seed, and soon the rains followed, breathing life back into Kalulu. Joy filled the air as the community celebrated their renewal. The villagers danced and sang, their joy echoing through the revitalized lands. Gratitude flowed freely as they celebrated their unity and new beginning. Dumo stood among his people, no longer just a hunter, but a leader shaped by courage, wisdom, and sacrifice. His story became a beacon for the village. The Baobab Tree stood as a testament to the harmony between nature and humanity, its legacy etched in the hearts of all.
The sacred seed grew into a mighty tree, its roots nourishing the soil and its shade protecting the people. It became a living legacy of the village's strength and unity. With the Baobab Tree watching over them, Kalulu grew into a land of abundance. The village prospered, its people thriving together in harmony. Under the sacred Baobab, the elders shared Dumo's story, passing its lessons to the children. The tree stood as a witness to their traditions, its presence a reminder of their shared heritage. The keeper's voice echoed in the dream, reminding the villagers of their sacred bond with nature. "Do not forget," the keeper warned, "that harmony is fragile and must be nurtured." The villagers gathered around the baobab, singing songs of gratitude and offering gifts to the spirits. Their traditions became a testament to their enduring bond with the sacred. The baobab tree endured through the ages, its roots binding the past, present, and future. Its story became the heart of Kalulu, uniting all who called it home. In their dreams, the villagers saw the keeper once more, their voice firm yet gentle. "Protect the balance, for it is both fragile and eternal," the keeper reminded. The children, now grown, carried the lessons of Dumo in their hearts. Kalulu flourished, its story passed on as a beacon for generations yet to come. The baobab tree stood eternal, its branches stretching toward the heavens, a symbol of unity and resilience. It whispered the stories of Kalulu to all who came to listen. The keeper's form faded, leaving only their teachings behind. The baobab tree stood as their voice, a bridge between the mortal and the divine. Through the ages, the baobab tree watched over Kalulu, its roots entwined with the village's legacy. It stood as a silent witness to the unending dance of life. And so, the story of Kalulu became a light for all who sought harmony. The baobab's roots reached far, its tale waiting to be written anew.
Once upon a time, in the village of Tambira, there was a magical drum called Nuru. It wasn't an ordinary drum, it could talk. Nuru was the heart of the village, uniting everyone with its wise and melodious beats. Ignoring the warnings, Tebow ventured into the grove. The air grew cooler, and an eerie stillness surrounded him. Suddenly, he stumbled upon a golden fruit glowing on a low branch. The river turned muddy, and the crops began to wither. The elders gathered and spoke gravely. Someone has disrupted the harmony of the forbidden grove. Unless balance is restored, Tambira will wither. The forest was even more menacing at night, its branches twisting like claws and shadows darting across their path. As they approached the forbidden grove, a deep voice echoed, "Why should we trust you again, little one?" Tabo stepped forward, trembling but determined, and carefully returned the golden fruit to its branch. The forest grew still, and a soft glow spread through the grove. The spirit smiled and said, "Harmony is restored. Remember, strength lies in unity and respect." Tambira was alive with joy. The river sparkled again, and the crops stood tall as Nuru's beats rang out, stronger and more melodious than ever. The villagers nodded, their hearts filled with pride for the young boy who had grown wiser. The villagers danced and sang, their joy echoing through Tambira. Tebo's story became a lesson for generations to come, a beacon of wisdom and unity. The villagers listened intently, their hearts inspired by the elders' wisdom. Under the great tree, children listened as Tabo shared his story. Their laughter and curiosity carried Tambira's legacy into the future. Under the shade of the mighty Baobab, the villagers shared tales of Tebo's courage. The tree stood tall, a living reminder of their unity and strength. Tambira flourished as children learned the values of their ancestors. The spirit of unity thrived, carried by the laughter of the young and the wisdom of the old. Nuru's beats carried far and wide, a rhythm of harmony and strength. It reminded all who heard it of the power of unity and respect. In the heart of the vast savanna lay the village of Lumela, thriving under the moon's silvery glow. But one fateful evening, the light dimmed, and the villagers turned to Mosi, who vowed to seek the moon's keeper and restore balance. As Mosi walked through the suffocating darkness, a jackal with golden eyes appeared. "The moon's keeper does not reveal herself to the unworthy," it said, before vanishing into the forest. Mosi replied, "The light within, for it guides us, even when the moon is hidden." The river revealed a glowing path for him to cross. The forest opened into a meadow of silvery grass that shimmered like starlight. At the center stood a glowing hut, and Mosi felt both awe and trepidation as he approached. The moon's light fades because the balance you cherish has been disrupted. Harmony begins in the hearts of those who live under her glow. This orb holds the moon's essence. To restore balance, plant the seeds beneath the Baobab tree, but beware, the journey back will test your spirit. The forest came alive, its shadows twisting like claws, and the river roared with unrelenting fury. Mosi clutched the orb tightly, summoning courage with every step. As dawn broke over Lumela, Mosi returned with the orb, his face radiant with resolve. The villagers gathered, their hearts filled with hope and anticipation. Mosi planted the sacred seeds, and the orb's light sank into the earth. A radiant glow enveloped the tree, signaling the return of balance to Lumela. The river sparkled, the crops stood tall, and Lumela rejoiced. Villagers danced and sang beneath the radiant glow of the Baobab tree. The villagers nodded, their hearts filled with gratitude for Mosi's wisdom. The villagers gathered under the Baobab, sharing the tale of Mosi and the moon's keeper. The tree stood as a timeless symbol of unity, reaching toward the heavens in eternal harmony.